Hey, welcome in another wonderful, exciting episode of Carpooling with Ben. And today, I have a super plunger, Chief Bill Ziehl of the Foster Police Department. Chief, thank you for making your way out of Foster. And they get a lot of snow up there.
We do.
So you're perfectly conditioned for all this kind of, in and out of the cold water stuff.
Conditioned for cold weather, but not the cold water.
And for 24 hours, once an hour.
Once an hour for 24, yes.
So this is a really cool concept, and it's all to benefit Special Olympics of Rhode Island. How did this whole concept start?
In 2013, Chief Elwood Johnson did it by himself down at, I think it was Goddard Park. He super plunged for 24 hours by himself. The next year it grew to 4 guys, firefighter Rick LaBreche, Detective Eric LeClerc, and Bo Matthews, dedicated volunteer, and Jim Cummings, a dedicated Special Olympics volunteer. And then the following year, I just plunged, and they welcomed me to the team. They were trying to make the team grow, trying to raise awareness for Special Olympics.
Yep.
And they're like, "You got to do it." And I'm like, "Absolutely not." I'm like, I just froze, doing it once. It was brutal, the brutal conditions that we were at, and I'm like, no way. But by the end of the day, seeing that, the awareness, seeing the athletes that were there, thanking them guys, and I'm like, no, I can be a part of it. I want to be a part of it. So by the end of the day, I had joined, told them that I'd do it, and now this is my second year. Last year we joined, we went to 9 people on the team. This year it's 10 from Rhode Island, and I think we're bringing in 5 super plungers from the other New England states. So
really?
We have a 15-member team.
Wow, it's a big team. So this is taking place when?
March 4th and 5th.
Okay.
On March 4th at noontime, the unified school teams, they plunge at noon.
Okay.
And we start super plunging at 1 o'clock.
In the afternoon.
In the afternoon.
Yep.
At Salty Brine Beach in Narragansett.
Yep.
And then every hour on the hour, we plunge as a team. A lot of people think, oh, you just plunge once. No, we're plunging. Everybody on the team plunges 24 times. And we finish at noontime with the torch run plunge. That's where all the other people, 150 plungers, we'll plunge with them our final time.
Wow. So this all takes place, like you said, Narragansett, Salty Brine State Beach. Can people come down and check it out and watch?
Yeah, it's awesome to have.
And more importantly, bring money when you do.
We accept donations. Any of the teams, of course, the Super Plunge team. We're looking for all the support, but any of the teams out there, the unified team, but the support is great. We'll have people come down 1, 2 o'clock in the morning cheering us on. Of course, the big crowds will be when we start and when we end, but throughout the night and day, because it's brutal conditions. It's mental and it's physical.
Sure.
But it's awesome. It's for a good cause.
Sure.
Awesome cause.
Well, let's talk about the cause here. How did you get to know Special Olympics, and what led you to want to do this more?
Well, throughout my years, coming up on 30 years in law enforcement, it's the law enforcement torch run, and just law enforcement and fire department, emergency services support the Special Olympics because it's such a great organization. And throughout the military, I'd help out occasionally, but once I moved to Rhode Island, my brother-in-law, Randy Schroka, awesome kid.
He's a great guy.
He's done Special Olympics for over 30 years now.
Wow.
And so he inspired me more, and the guys that are on the team and being, in law enforcement, I'm like, doing it for him, but I'm doing it for all the athletes.
Sure. Well, that's a lot of fun. So if people want to get involved, there's a few different ways. Obviously, they can come down during the super plunge, that 24-hour period, and make a donation there if they want to come in person. But people can go online right now and make a donation.
You can go online right now. Again, Google Rhode Island Law Enforcement Torch Run.
Okay.
That'll bring you to the First Giving page, or you can Google firstgiving.com.
Okay.
And search for Rhode Island Law Enforcement Torch Run or Torch Run Plunge.
Right.
They will all take you to the links to the our first giving pages. You'll see the different teams, from around the state, law enforcement teams. You'll see the unified team, which is the high school teams that are combined to, with the students that with and without intellectual disabilities. Their team plunges at noontime, and we'll follow shortly after that. So again, Google.
And we'll have the links in the show
Yep.
notes.
Okay.
And I've gotten really good with the editing program. The number's right here, right now. Look, can you see it right here? See it?
Nice.
Right here. Look at that. So you can almost touch it. Go ahead, try to touch it. Dude, wow, look at you. Look, he's amazing. No wonder Chiefs can do anything. Absolutely. Even touch imaginary things.
Yeah, it's
great.
nice.
So, how do you prepare yourself for this? I mean, do you go out and buy 24 different Speedos? What are we wearing this year?
Speedo, Ben, you donate $1,000. I'll wear a Speedo.
Susan, get the checkbook.
No, last year I went into it again. I've done the polar plunges or the plunges for Children's Wishes on January 1st. I've done the polar plunge or the penguin plunge for Special Olympics. The water's warmer in January.
A little bit. It cools off a little bit. Yeah.
And March, whether believe it or not, is probably the coldest water of the year. You're going to be facing 33-degree water. Right now, I think it's 34 or 35. Preparing, you don't prepare. Last year I went into it. It's a mental thing. It being a mental thing.
Yeah.
Within a few hours, and again, there's setup involved. We were down there probably 6-7 o'clock in the morning setting up. Newport Propane is supplying all the heat and the propane, so
Good people down there.
It'll fight off some of the cold.
Yep. But it's for a good cause, because the amount of awareness people don't understand that Special Olympics, they provide services and coaching year round. It's not just when they have their big event.
No, it's
this is something people can get involved in.
It's a year-round event, and the amount that goes into it, the dedicated volunteers, the organization, law enforcement, fire, and just all the volunteers. It's a year-round event. The Special Olympics has events monthly. You can go on SpecialOlympics.com, Rhode Island Special Olympics, and search that. Again, doing this is big. The law enforcement torch run and the law enforcement run in in June culminate with the summer games down at URI.
Yeah.
And we'll be down there. I'll be down there.
Yeah, you and your wife go down there usually every year and go down and help with just running the activities.
Yeah. Again, last year, this is the second year in a row now that I've. This will be the third year that I've handed out medals for 3 days
cool.
for summer games. And, my reward or our reward is that handing out the medals, but getting the thank yous. We'll get the thank yous when we're plunging. You'll have the athletes and their families, thanking us for doing this challenge so their children can compete for free. Rhode Island doesn't charge the athletes.
Oh, wow.
Some states do charge the athletes. Rhode Island, again, this is what all the volunteer and the donations go for. So we can run these programs, and the regional games, leading up to it, the winter games, and then the regional games are in the springtime, and they culminate with the summer games, March and then June.
What's the atmosphere like when you guys do the Olympics at URI with the young men and women that are competing? I mean, they're so electric.
Like fireworks, and again, they do have fireworks, but it's awesome, they compete, they want to compete, and they compete hard, and to get in the medals, and it's just the positive. They're 100% positive. Nothing negative about the weekend or any of the special. Again, they're awesome people.
And you don't have the drama of the regular Olympics, like a Ryan Lochte going out and getting
No.
mugged and whoops, no, he tried to break into a gas station. You don't have to deal with any of that stuff, because these young men and women are all very responsible, and they just love being there.
They love being there. They love to compete, and they wanted to be treated just like everybody else.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, Chief, wish you all the best, and we will see you down there.
Thank you for the ride, and
We'll come down and
and-
bring some hot soup or something for you
all right.
guys or something.
I want to thank everybody for donations, support. Come down and visit us.
Absolutely. So March 4th and 5th.
March 4th and 5th.
You can come in the middle of the night, come in the middle of the day, and just come down and have a great time. Awesome.
Yes.
All right.
All right.
Be there. Bring a towel. Bring a towel.